Does this count as pink? I mean, it's like a dusty pink. It's literally the only pink I own. So, it has to work. Hi everybody, thank you for joining me. Today is a very special weekend reading vlog because there is a readathon happening. Some of these wonderful people who I am happy to call some of my friends are hosting a readathon that is based on Valentine's Day or love in general. You can read books that obviously aren't involved with Valentine's Day because some of the prompts fit other things, but it's really cutesy, really pink and red and just all cute love-dovey things. So this readathon is hosted by Jessie from Reading with Jess, Lena from Lena's Bookshelf, Lauren from Lauren Love Reads, Gwendolyn from Gwendolyn Kinsinger or Lavender Mud, and Summer from Seasons Readings. They are split into two teams, so Lena, Lauren, and Jessie are on Team X, and Gwen and Summer are on Team O, and basically you have different prompts for each group. For Team X, you have a prompt with forced proximity, a prompt with red on the cover, and you have a prompt to have something in the title that involves something from a conversation heart that they have listed. They found like 4 different conversation hearts, so I think one is like Be Mine, Swipe Left, stuff like that. For their conversation hearts. And then you have Team O, which is read a book with pink on the cover, or read a book with friends to lovers, and also read a book with their conversation hearts. They have soulmates, love yourself, and other things as well. I personally chose the word love to go off of, so I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to be reading. Again, this is going to be just a weekend thing for me because I have a lot of schoolwork going on and different things that I'm already reading, so I really want to try and get through these books this weekend if possible. It is Friday today and I am about to go babysit for a couple that I go to church with, and I'm friends with them and they're really sweet, and so yeah, I'm gonna go babysit their daughters for like 8 hours, so it's gonna be a very long day, but I'm hoping that while naps are happening or watching a show is happening, just little things throughout the day that are happening, I will get a chance to sit down and read, and I'm just gonna keep my fingers crossed that that happens. The girls are also doing reading sprints tonight on Jessie's channel, so I'm going to join those. I'm sure there are going to be some games as well that they're playing, so it's always a good time with them. And also, I think that Jessie and them are going to do some more reading sprints on her channel on Monday, and then they're having their live show discussion on the 8th, which is a Thursday. So there's a lot going on, you know? So the first book that I'm planning to read for this readathon is going to cover my conversation heart prompt, and it is Anatomy of Love Story by Dana Schwartz. I'm taking the love word in a love story from Love Yourself, and I'm going to read this one. It also has pink and red on the cover, and that kind of prompted me to continue the kind of trend of using all pink or having pink on all the covers that I'm using for this readathon, because I thought it would be cute and it makes for good pictures. So I'm gonna choose this one. This one sounds really intriguing to me. It has to do with a girl who is wanting to become a surgeon, but it's in the 1800s, and so girls really aren't supposed to be surgeons at this time, and it's frowned upon, but she ends up making a bet with a professor that if she can, you know, put in the work and stuff like that and figure out the body, like practicing on bodies by herself, and she ends up passing the exam, then they'll let her be a surgeon. And she meets this guy who digs up bodies and sells them to surgeons or people who want to work on them or anything like that for money to get by in life, and they kind of form a bond of, hey, you grab these bodies for me and I will use them for surgery and stuff like that. And of course there are some feelings that arise in this book, but there's supposed to be a lot that goes on, and the sequel to this actually comes out at the end of this month, so I'm excited to see if I'll be loving this one enough to pick up the next one that comes out at the end of the month. So keeping on theme with the pink theme, I'm also choosing Heartstopper for my prompt for Friends to Lovers. This one is about Charlie and this boy named Nick. Nick is a rugby player, and he is like this, you know, sporty guy who has a lot of friends. And then you have Charlie, who he openly admits, or not openly admits, he just openly lets people know that he is gay, and people kind of judge him for that. And he has this really complicated relationship with a semi-straight guy. We're not really sure. He's a jerk, though. I'll just go ahead and say that. And you know, Nick and Charlie become friends, and through this book you kind of see their friendship start to develop, but you also see some feelings start to develop between the two of them as well. And I am very excited to see like where their friendship goes and how it kind of ends. So I know that it says that Nick is struggling with his feelings, so you know, it's probably a very tough subject. I personally cannot relate to it, but I know people who can, and I just feel for both of these boys in here. But it's a really cute cover, and again we have a pink spine and pink on the cover, so it goes along with our theme. So the next book that I'm planning on reading is Better Than Fiction by Alexa Martin. I bought this when I was in Tennessee with some of the girls that I am friends with, and it sounds really cute. And again, we have a lot of pink on here, and we have a pink spine, so keeping in with my pink theme, which is so funny because I'm not a pink girl at all. But I'm trying to remember the girl's name in here. Drew. She is a bookstore owner. She inherited a bookstore, but she's not very into books at all. And then you have the love interest Jasper, who is an author, and he loves romance and all things books. And so it's gonna kind of, I feel like it's gonna be like a grumpy sunshine in a way, but the girl's gonna be the grump and the guy's gonna be the sunshine. So I'm excited to get to that one, get to this and see what it is. This is covering my pink on the cover in case the rest of them don't. But this is gonna be probably the last book that I read, so I really want to get to the first two. So if I don't get to this one, I'll be fine. It's not gonna be a big deal, but we will do that. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to go ahead and take off to go babysit now. And I don't know if I'll be getting any footage while I'm there, but I'm going to try and we'll see how it goes. But if not, I will update you guys tomorrow on how today's reading went.
It's a lot though too. Like, yeah, she's over the top. She has, yeah, she's a very passionate person. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she's like, I don't know. There's no gray area for her. It's like,
okay, you guys. I'm still in pajamas. I've actually got up, showered, and got back in my pajamas, so it's one of those days. But I wanted to let you guys know the progress that I made on anatomy. It is Saturday. It's very dark today because it's like very rainy, but I really don't have any plans today. So I've been talking to Olivia, and we're gonna do a 24-hour readathon starting tonight and going into Sunday night. I do have to babysit on Sunday night, tomorrow night, so I'm babysitting for the same family that I babysat last night for. So it's gonna be a long weekend, but I feel like the 24-hour readathon is gonna give me exactly what I need to kind of boost myself. So I've made it to about the halfway point of anatomy so far. I did really good with reading on sprints last night, kind of. I played around a lot and didn't really pick up the book until after the sprints were done. And I read some this morning, so I'm now at the halfway point. But I'm thinking about putting this down. I do need to get some cleaning done today. And I could listen to the audiobook that I have of this, but I don't know. I'm just wanting to read this one physically as well. So I might not do that. I could pick up Heartstopper, which is what I'm thinking about doing today. But I don't know. I really need to get some cleaning done. But hopefully, once me and Olivia start this 24-hour readathon, you know, things will start picking up for me. So, I'm just chilling on the couch. It's almost 11 o'clock. It's like 10:40. And me and Olivia are still doing our 24-hour readathon. We don't do it where we literally stay up for 24 hours. We just try and see how much we get read in a 24-hour period, just because we both need our sleep and cannot function without at least like 5-6 hours at the most. So anyway, I finished Anatomy last night. Oh my gosh, it was so good, and I need the next book like now. And I'm pretty sure it comes out really soon. I think it's in February. I think, but I could be wrong. It's really soon though. And I'm very excited for it. I will be picking it up, and I will be probably dropping everything to read it. But I've moved on to my second book of the readathon, and I'm reading Heartstopper Volume 1 by Alice Oseman. I'm like 100 pages in. And it's a graphic novel, obviously, but it is so cute. I'm loving it a lot, actually. And I really love Charlie and Nick as characters. So I feel like this is like a graphic novel series that I'm going to be picking up, like more of the volumes. So I'm excited to continue reading it. But I have decided to not read better than fiction. I'm pretty sure instead of that one, I'm going to read Vinyl Resting Place by Olivia Blacke for pink on the cover, because it does have like a pink little vinyl cover on the bottom, and some pink in the background. So me and Olivia are going to buddy read this. So I'm thinking if I buddy read with somebody, that'll probably like help me focus more, and it's less than 300 pages. So hopefully I can get through that one, and then I would love to be able to read the buddy read. So we're going to see if I can make it through that as well. I do have to babysit a little bit more today. I babysat Friday, and it went good, but it was just a long time. But this time it's only 3 hours. So the girls will be getting ready for bed, and they'll just be eating supper, getting ready for bed, and then being put down, and I'll just be waiting for their dad to get home so I can head home. But yeah, it's pretty easy gig. The kids are the kids of the people that I go to Bible study with, so they're really sweet, and they're pretty easy to take care of. So it's a lot different though from watching like 13-year-old boys to a 2- and 4-year-old. So that's a little adjustment, but it's not that bad. I've watched, kids from all ages, I feel like. So I'm pretty used to it. But I got some schoolwork done this morning before I got back to working on the XOs Readathon. And I did not participate in the buddy movie watch last night, just because I was trying to get as much read as possible so that I can focus on focus on school and stuff this week, and other books as well that I want to read. So I'm trying to get as much read as possible, literally all day today. I'm going to be doing that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I might watch a rom-com later though. I've never seen You've Got Mail, and Lauren's probably going to be her mind's going to be blown at that. But I really want to watch that now that she has talked about it so much. And everybody apparently loves it. So I need to watch that one. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. I'm going to get back to reading, and I'll probably give you guys an update once I've finished Heartstopper. Okay, guys, so I finished Heartstopper earlier today, and I'm just now getting to update you guys. But it was so good. I actually really enjoyed it, and I want to get the second volume. The art style is not really my favorite, but I really do enjoy the whole storyline and the characters. So I think that's what I really loved about it, but I really do want to continue it. I was reading Vinyl Resting Place by Olivia Blacke with Olivia, but I'm honestly just not in the mood to read this right now. I don't know why. I'm just not. And I read 40-ish pages of it, but I think I'm going to put that down. And so far, I think I'm just going to end my readathon, or my participation in the readathon now. Well, kind of. So, I read Anatomy, a love story, which covers my conversation heart with the word love. And then I read Heartstopper, which was Friends to Lovers, and they both have pink on the cover, so they kind of count for that prompt as well. So I'm done with all of my prompts. The only thing is that I think I'm going to read the buddy read, which is X's and O's by Amy Leah, or Lee. I don't know how she says her last name. But it's already starting off, like, I haven't even started it, but the, like, quote at the beginning that most books have on theirs is a Taylor Swift quote, and it says, "Got a long list of ex-lovers, they'll tell you I'm insane," by Taylor Swift blank space. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that. So I'm gonna see if this is what I'm in the mood for, and I'll start it tonight and maybe hopefully read it as much as possible today and tomorrow, and then wrap this up, because I think the majority of mine's gonna be like a weekend type thing. So just updating you guys and letting you know how it's going, and I will update you guys soon. This is Melly. She is a dog that the people I'm babysitting for have, so if that's why I look discombobulated, it's because I've been taking care of a puppy and a 2- and 4-year-old, so they're just now in bed. So I'm gonna try and get some reading done, and then I'll be going home soon. So it's officially the end of the XOs Readathon, and I feel like I kind of let myself down in a way, but kind of not. So let me just explain. During the XOs Readathon, I think it was, I'm trying to remember, from Saturday to Sunday, me and Olivia decided to do a 24-hour readathon, and I ended up getting half of Anatomy, a love story by Dana Schwartz read. I literally was halfway through. I finished up the first half, or the last half, in the 24-hour period, and it was really good. I gave it 5 stars. I really enjoyed this one. It had some like creepy-ish body horror aspects to it, with talking about like digging up bodies and things like that, because there is like some grave robbers and some people who dig up bodies and sell them so that surgeons can practice on them. In it, there was a lot of like back information on what women were seen as when they wanted to practice surgery or wanted to be surgeons. You know, they didn't see that as a job for a woman, and so I loved getting to follow the main character in her journey in hoping to become a surgeon, and I'm really excited to see what they do with the sequel of this book. So I'm so super glad that I read this, and this did count for my pink on the cover prompt and for my conversation heart prompt, because it has love from one of the conversation hearts. I don't remember which one. And then I decided I wanted to pick up my graphic novel that was in between the 2 books I had between the Anatomy and the other book that I had picked out for the readathon, and this one would also count for pink on the cover if I ended up not reading one, and this was counting as my Friends to Lovers. I gave this 4 stars. The only thing I took it off of is that it's just not my favorite kind of graphic novels when they're all in one color usually, and it's just not my personal style that I like to read, but the storyline was so good. I love Charlie, I love Nick, and I just thought it was a really sweet and feel good kind of story, and it just makes me really happy to have this and to read it, and I'm glad that I finally gave in and read it. I feel like I've had it forever, but I just haven't had the pull to read it, but this gave me that motivation to, and now I've already put the second on my wish list, the second volume on my wish list, because I really want to continue this series, and I do want to read the TV or watch the TV show as well, because I thought it was super good and well done. The last one that I wanted to read, which was going to count for my pink on the cover just because it had the little bitty pink vinyl record at the bottom, was Vinyl Resting Place by Olivia Blacke, and I was super in the mood for a cozy mystery during, you know, this past week, and so I was like, I'm definitely going to want to read this, and I was going to buddy read it with Olivia during her 24-hour readathon, and I really wanted to get this done, but I read about 40 pages and I just wasn't really feeling it. It wasn't striking me as something that I want to read right now, and so I was like, I'm just going to put this down and let the other 2 books count as my reads for the readathon, and just be happy with that. So I did not get to this one, but I will get to it at some point, just not right now. So I would call the readathon a success because I got through half of a book and a graphic novel in 24 hours. And I also covered all 3 prompts with these. And that's 2 books added. That was a 5 and a 4-star read onto my goal for this year. So I really think that it was a good week overall. I really enjoyed the reading sprints that the girls did, and we had a fun time. It was a lot of fun, and so I can't complain at all. I also really wanted to get to the buddy read that they have. That was X's and O's by Amy Leah, and I didn't get to it. I went ahead and bought it and downloaded it on my Kindle, and I do have intentions on reading it, but again, I just wasn't in the romancy mood. I think I'm getting into a thriller type of mood right now, so I think the next thing that I'm going to pick up is going to be a thriller. So I think that's what kind of threw me off, but hopefully as the weeks go on and we get more, or we get closer to Valentine's Day, I think I'll want to read more romancy things, and we'll see what happens. But overall, the readathon was a success. I just want to say thank you to all of the hosts who put this on. It was so much fun, and it really was a great time. It made for a very fun weekend. And I also want to say thank you to all of you again for joining me on a weekend reading vlog. I feel like I haven't done one of these in a while, so I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, of doing more vlogs, because I enjoy filming them and usually people enjoy seeing them. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.